Hello and welcome to Rise and Shine with Alissa. I am your hostess, the consultress, here bringing you conversations from the front lines of innovation and entrepreneurship. I myself am kind of reevaluating and up for renewal all of those things we had thought were given and places that we never thought we would be in this new normal. Nothing's going to be normal, but everything gets to be new. So in this age of disruption, I want you to be in the room where it happens, having interesting conversations with people who are empowering themselves, empowering the world around them, and just kind of sharing with you some of the interesting and amazing people that I get the pure gift of coming across in my life and in my work. So I'd like to welcome to today's broadcast, Miss Alex Kingman. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm doing awesome.
I'm so glad to have you here. You were referred to me by a client of mine. Now, and you're out there in California, right?
Yep, San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, for now, and digitally broadcasting throughout the world. But
Yeah.
my client invited you to come to one of the masterminds that I was hosting, which is a place where I consider us able to go deeper, faster, and make really powerful connections. And we had hit it off. And one of the
Mhm.
things I found that we shared a mutual passion about was being feminine real estate entrepreneurs. So, can you please
Yes.
tell us a little bit about, what kind of drew you to that space and why you love what you do?
Sure. Yeah. So it started when I was actually a kid. So it started out just with a general interest in investing. I was in eighth grade and my family and I were going on a vacation down to Southern California to the beach. And I wanted a book to read because it was going to be about well, depending on traffic, about an 8 hour car ride. Um, but I had kind of already read, I think, all the books on the shelf, but there was one left. And it was this book by Robert Kiyosaki. It wasn't Rich Dad Poor Dad. It actually was just like a random book that came with his cash flow game at the time. But I was
Mhm.
like, I'll just try that. So I brought it with me, and I read the whole thing cover to cover, and I was so interested and intrigued by it, and it changed my whole mindset around money, work, really everything, and it changed the trajectory of my life, the path I went on, everything. And after that, I wanted to be an entrepreneur and an investor, and that really started everything in that direction. And so from there, just did other kinds of investing. Always thought the real estate was interesting. So once I was um, 20, I was able to actually get into it and buy my first property and go from there. So it started out just with like a really intense interest in it and passion for it. And then eventually it got to the point where real estate was really interesting to me and where I wanted to focus my investing. Um, and here we are now.
Yeah. Now it's a full-time focus for you. You own your own company doing this. And tell us a little bit about what the tiny seed of a book that changed your life became in, today's A Day in the Life of Alex.
Sure. So at first it was just I was just investing with my partner just for our own deals, and then it became something bigger. So now we invest in our larger apartment complexes, usually like 20 to 100 units. It could be more, could be, but about that. We do a heavy like we look for distressed properties, so we do a heavy value add to these properties to bring them back up to I guess their best use, their highest and best use, and to bring them back up to like shining, not, I wouldn't say brand new, and because they're not, but
Hmm.
bring them back up to their former glory, I guess you could say.
Yeah, again,
um
this word renew, right? It
yeah,
doesn't have to
renew.
be brand new. My family and I like to watch the movie Robots. It's like a
Mm,
animated film,
yeah,
and it's like,
I
"Why
remember.
be you when you can be new?" And it's like, no, the movie kind of upends that sense of like shiny object, brand new is better than used. And, I'm of the mindset and of the belief that, the best way to use something is to its ultimate and full capacity. So if it needs a little renewal to be brought back to life in that way, then heck yes. This is the way I think about things, being an economist at heart, that's my degree. There it is. But I love to see the maximum utility for things, and that's what it sounds like. So when you say value add, I what comes to mind is like a busted down, like decrepit building, and then this transformation that gets to happen because you put in the love and the strategy and the capital to be able to bring it back to some kind of glory. It might be former glory, it might be something with a new, renewed, modern tack. But
Mhm.
what's the most fun piece about this for you?
I mean, you kind of said it actually. The main reason that that I guess like this strategy and this because there are a lot of strategies that you can do in real estate investing, but I particularly like this one because one, that's where my partner and my expertise is in this heavy value add strategy, finding these distressed properties and fixing them up. But also, I find it really gratifying because you can see where it was and where it is now, and looking at those two things right next to each other, even just a before and after picture, it's like, wow, this is beautiful now and it was really gross before. And look what we can do, and look how much better these the residents there are able to enjoy their life and their homes now, how much safer it is, how much better it's managed, all because it looks better and it's functioning and the heaters work and everything's going the way it should. So
Yeah.
that for me is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
and
just really
I love what you said about it, being better for the residents. Like, you, by doing this kind of work, you're getting to improve the quality of life for people. Not only
right.
just for them to have a basic necessity roof over their head kind of thing, but you're actually investing in making people's lives better. And
Yeah, exactly.
I think sometimes in business, we lose sight of the fact that the only reason value exists in this world, anywhere in business, in real estate, in any other kind of, venture, it's because you're able to see a gap in value and close that and make it better. Find an innovation, find a way to improve it. And for me, that's like the most fun part of what we get to do in the world of business. And also, I geek out for real estate. I too am a real estate investor. I love
Yeah.
being able to provide homes. My strategy is different than yours. I've got a tack for me personally to build a portfolio of turnkey rental properties in the Pittsburgh marketplace. And being able to do that and walk through once it's, like ready to rock, to in order to invite people in to say, "Hey, do you want to live here?" Like, the paint is fresh and the carpets are nice and the windows are clean and the counters look beautiful. You're
Hmm.
inviting someone to a home. You're not just saying,
Right.
"Hey, here's a thing, maybe you wanna buy this widget." You're saying, "Hey, do you wanna make memories here? Do you wanna spend your life here?" And I
Right.
think that's, some of the things we have to always keep in perspective when we're in business, that there's both of these things happening at once. And to that point, we wouldn't be women in business if we didn't also have other things going on. So
True.
not only do you manage this business, investing in multifamily and value add, you also run your family too. So tell us a little bit about all the stuff that makes doing this job worthwhile.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I do it for um, flexibility for one. I love what I do, and I also love being able to have the time and flexibility to also spend time with my family. Because I have two girls. One's 10 and one is 7.5 months. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I don't want to miss it. So I was in a profession before I jumped full time into real estate where I was actually making um, really good money. I was doing sales, and I actually really liked. I really enjoyed my time there, and I really did enjoy that a lot. But one of the biggest problems with it for me was that I just wasn't seeing my baby hadn't been born yet, but I wasn't seeing my older daughter like really. I just didn't really get to see her very much. I would see her maybe an hour in the evening, and then like we already just have her half the time because her biological mother has her the other half, and so it was like every other weekend, one day because I worked on the weekends, and anyway, it was just I wasn't willing to do that again because I felt like I missed a lot, and this allows me to be able to be there for that. Um, so yeah, doing it for that, being able to be a role model in that way, show them that you can have a business and be successful. You can have a family and be successful. Being able to teach my kids those principles, wealth principles, but also like showing what values are most important and living that. So
Yeah,
that's
and
important.
living it, right? So
Mhm.
not monkey see, monkey do, right? So this
Oh
isn't
yeah.
do as I say, not as I do. This is living in full alignment. I feel
Yeah.
you there. You know, for us to be able to impart who we are to our children's it to our children is not necessarily about um teaching them, like sitting them down and having a conversation or a lecture, but the learning that happens in the day-to-day exchange, in the play, in the being together, in when you fall down or literally when they fall down and they skin their knees. It's being present for all of that that allows your bond and their feeling of safety in the world to grow. So for us, you know, my husband and I are both home with the kids because we are real estate investors and because we have chosen this wealth track and I can work from
Mhm.
home. I do what I do best over Zoom and phone calls and lots of emails and forums. But the fact that we're here when they come home and we're here when they leave in the morning now. For 6 years we homeschooled and now they're, you know, spreading their wings and going out into the world. But having that safe place to go home to is like one of our very core values, like family above all else. And so I find that among real estate investors that flexibility and that ability to be congruent in work and in life, it's one of the best benefits.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
So
really blessed.
what's the future hold for you? What is it that you're working on in the upcoming months and years?
Yeah. Well, so how our business works is we work with uh passive investors or people who want to invest passively into apartments, but they don't want to do the active work of like tenants, toilets, trash, like dealing with the day to day. So basically, we work with them, we partner with them. They invest passively. They're basically like they invest their capital, and we invest our I guess sweat, our time. Um, and that's how we go out and we are able to buy apartment complexes and things like that. So in looking forward, this year we're looking to do a few more deals and invest in a couple more, get a little bit more honed in on just a couple of markets and really dominate those markets. Because we were kind of looking at different markets and doing a few deals here and there. But we've we've done a few now. We know where we kind of like to invest and that kind of thing. So we're gonna just be honing in, getting more and more focused this year, um, and and yeah, just bringing in more investors because that's um, not only how we grow, but it's also how we can help others invest and change their lives financially too. So that's kind of this year, and then looking forward from there is just to continue to grow and do more and more of our own deals. Um, and that's the trajectory we're on. Just continue that and keep going and get more focused and continue to get really efficient in our systems and processes um, and just have that, I guess, professional level of service for our investors.
Right on. And some of the things people do not think about when it comes to real estate investing, people think real estate investing, I have to flip a house. And that's just like the general notion out there. Either that or investing in real estate, I have to own a complex, right? So
Right.
they're two very different animals. And there's a whole scope in between there. Like no two deals are
Yeah.
alike. So getting your arm around, who is it that I want to be in these deals? And I want to be the active person. I want to manage the project. I want to make sure we're spending our money wisely and that we're getting a great return at the end of the day because we're going to hold this property or we're going to sell this property for a profit. And inviting people who want to participate in some way. One of my first endeavors in real estate investing for myself personally, not necessarily the family that I came from that was doing, commercial and residential rentals already, but my first foray into the real estate investor space was being a private money lender. So there's a
Mhm.
way to get involved and get invested that doesn't necessarily look like you putting on a hard hat and swinging that hammer or
Yeah.
jumping into the deep end without having your first swim lesson and buying that apartment complex. So how can
Right.
people get in touch with you if they're looking to learn more about your work?
Sure. People can go to my website, www.investwithkgi.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, just my name, Alex Kingman, and you'll see the blonde lady in the profile picture. That's me. And yeah, I'd love to connect um, and and chat more. If you already know about this kind of investing, um, then great. If not, and you just want to understand more about how it works, that's great too. We have a lot of people um, that are curious, but they don't really know a lot about it, and that's fine. We have lots of resources to help teach you all about it to see if it's something that is something you'd want to do, and just another avenue to make some passive income. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to chatting with anyone. Feel free to reach out.
Yeah, please do. And once we disconnect, I'm going to look up what book comes with the cash flow game because we need to
I'm
get
trying to think.
people reading. Reading is leading yourself forward into the future. It's having other people's experience live in your brain so that you too can grow and do things that are off your beaten path and create your own. So Alex, it's been a pleasure to talk to you here today. Thanks a million for coming here and sharing your gifts and talents and situations with the world so that we can, one at a time, change people's lives, invest in where people live, and give them a great experience, whether that's through their investing or through their lifestyle. Thanks a
Mhm.
million. And we'll see you soon. Don't forget to click the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell so you don't miss another Rise and Shine coming out soon every single Monday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We premiere and broadcast. See you soon, and ta-ta for now.